Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. Today we've got a quick, it's probably going to be quicker than my other breakdowns, but a quick breakdown of the top 8 from ARG Springfield this last weekend. If you haven't heard, it was pretty, uh, it's not as, there weren't as many decks as there were last time. So it's only top 8 also. We'll talk a little bit about the top 16 and stuff, thanks to Scott Slater and also the ARG team for getting him that information. Very helpful there. But yeah, and we're just doing the DBSX. I put all these in this time, and there wasn't enough reason for me to make a spreadsheet for it this time. So sorry if you guys were looking forward to that. But links to all this will be in the description below if you just want to do it yourself. And also, I did some commentary for the top 4 of the. I just pretty much screen capped the Facebook feed and put commentary over the top 4 with Android for the top finals. So there's that if you actually want to see the games that were played. But let's just jump into it. So quickly looking at the top 8. So there were 5 Super Shenrons, 1 Dende, 1 Broly, and 1 Janemba, and it's the yellow Broly, not the green one, which is really surprising. And if you look at this, so if you look at this tool and you look at the dominance, and how many decks are running stuff, you will see that over half of these cards are pretty much the same. 6 of the decks were running the Height of Mastery Son Goku package, going into Height of Mastery from Son Goku Path of Greatness, which is just crazy. All the decks but 2 were running Child's Wish, and there's just a bunch of Dragon Balls, right? But I think this really shows that this is just a slice of the top 8. If we look at Scott's, so if you look at the total leaders, it's pretty much kind of what like Dallas looked like. Kid Ku is still the most popular with about a quarter of the field, but none of them made it in top 8, which is really crazy. Only one made it top 16. 16 Super Shenrons, 10 green Brolys, 6 blue Dendes, 5 yellow Brolys, 5 blue Gogeta, some Chile and Limo decks, which is really cool. There are half as many players as there were Dallas, but there are twice as many Chile and Limo decks. Also, shout outs to Scott Dashy, who he plays top 16 with a 5-2 record with Chile and Limo. I think he'll probably have a video as soon as this one's out. So I haven't seen his deck list either, so that's cool. 3 Janemba, which one was undefeated, which is really good. And then also what else? 3 Shenron, a Gogeta, 1 promo, Golden Frieza, Baby, Android 17. Yellow Dende, Jackie Chun, Vegito, and Hurrigan. So there's that. And if we look at like breakdown of success, this is kind of helpful for stuff. So this shows us what's made top 16. So what was it? 5 Super Shenrons made it into top 8, but let's see, 9 made it into top 16. 4 of them running Victory Strike, 4 of them not owning Victory Strike, and one which is the Storm variant. So that's something to see. So it wasn't just like top 8, right? It was also top 16 where they had over half of the leadership, right? And then what is it? Scott Dashy's here. Red Gogeta, BR, Janemba Milio you saw, and a Shenron, blue, yellow, Height of Mastery, Victory Strike. So that's another. So let's see. So 8, 9, presumably 10. 11 cards were running the Height of Mastery package of the top 16. So I really think this is just kind of like we're figuring out the meta, and it's going down to pretty much what I predicted last week. And a lot of Height of Mastery is so good. I'll say it 100 times. Being able to tap down your opponent's 3 energy when they only have 3 energy is just really stupid a lot of the time. Even if they have 4 energy, it's still really stupid. It means they have to like do nothing during their turn 4, which just seems bad. And just the prevalence of Super Shenron, more people are catching on. Storm was okay, but like Storm's definitely a strong variant, but just the Height of Mastery package in it is just absurd. Even like you'll see like the Height of Mastery package, even those ones, they can still storm out. Like if they can still do just swap stuff and storm. So I really think this is a good indication to Bandai that things need to change. I think it's a really good show for that, because like even in the top 30, so there are only what? There are only 16 Super Shenrons, and over half of them that exist made it into the top 16. That's crazy. And then top 32, what? 10, 11. I'm not sure where the other ones. That might be it. I'm not sure if there's any. One was with Demigra. Okay. I don't. Let's see. Yeah. So all but 2 of the Height of Mastery packages made the top 32. And then what? Two here as well. But okay. I digress. There's a lot of data here. Shoutouts again to Scott Slater and the ARG team. If you want to delve deep into this, I would go for it. It was also the most common archetype almost. If you make these two the same, which they essentially are, 12 of them were being played, and 8 of them made it into the top 8 or top 16. So that's some more quick math. All right, so that's enough of that. So we'll go here. Yeah, I think that's enough quick math. So we'll just go into the actual deck profiles. So here is first place Tony. Top 4 is Tony, Anthony, Antonio, and who was the fourth one? Was it Felix? Yeah, Felix, right? But so I'm sorry if I get those confused in any way. But so this is Tony Kuchera in his build. So interesting, he does not main the Victory Strike, and I think in like the matchup, the mirror match, I don't think Victory Strike actually helps. I think Height of Mastery is just your win condition in a lot of ways. So I don't know if he sided it in game 2 or 3 in the finals, but I don't think it was needed. I think just having height is the win condition a lot of the time. So I don't really know what to pinpoint here. So Bardock Fully Unleashed is a good card. I'd say a lot of people are saying like the green Broly matchup can be really dangerous, and I can agree, just because it can pop stuff without you like it can just pop stuff during the battle phase, and which this is the one weakness I'd say that this package would have, is stuff that blow up in the combo phase. But there's not really a lot of that going on. Shugesh isn't being played a lot right now, and Green Broly is like the indication for that. But so I can see why Bardock could be really good in that matchup. 2 Crisis Crusher, Personal Ambition, blah blah blah. So a lot of people are running these 2 Death Ball. I'm not sure if it was. I'm guessing it's this one, not Shocking Death Ball, but I thought it was interesting that these are being run. But pretty much what these just do is they just blow up. They just blow up something in rest mode. So, but that can be good. I think it has to be your turn to play it, but that's still. What else? 2 Godly Destruction Weasts, which were really important. He also ran the minus Killy Zone in the side, which I thought was really, really interesting. That can be a really dangerous card in this deck, or a really hard card to play, just because it takes 2 cards out of your drop area permanently, and so it might be harder to do your extra turn. But I think it's like something you have to do against like someone running a lot Cold Bloodlust, so that makes sense. Also the full 4 Haru Haru. And I'm pretty sure like when you go against Green Broly, you just side in these Haru Harus and then you just go wild and just swing a bunch of times and stuff. So there's that, and I think that's about it. 1 Harmonic Energy Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and I'm guessing that's strictly for like the 2-drop Son Goku striving to be the best, but I'm not really sure what else. And yeah, I think that's about it. If you don't know what how the deck works, essentially, I'm just gonna say it once just in case people don't know. Essentially, you get this the Son Goku Path to Greatness out on turn 3, and by then with your Explorer Bulmas and just all your search cards, you're able to get 27 cards in drop. You ping for your next turn, and then you go into it, and then you use make sure you get 7 more cards in your drop area, and then you can just Height of Mastery and do stuff. And even on turn 3. You can usually just ping them down to 3 cards, and then from there you just or 3 life in deck, and then 3 cards in life. Jeez, and then you just go into Height of Mastery, tap them out, and go from there. Or even if you need to take the extra turn to go at Victory Strike, you can from there. But just stupid powerful, and yeah, really really good. So there's that. Here's Anthony's deck. Very similar in a lot of ways. Some key differences: only running 3 Personal Ambition. having 2 bad rings in the main, and then also a Super Dragon Ball. Super Dragon Ball, I think, is the big difference between. There's like two lines of thought. Either use Super Dragon Ball or not. I think it's a really good card for gaining advantage, and it can be really greedy, but there's that. And you're normally not really going off on turn 2 anyways, so being able to just Child's Wish after that when you awaken to, untap your energy and do stuff like that, I think that's good. So there is that. I'm pretty sure this is almost. Let's do this live. Is this his? How similar is this to the deck that he ran at Dallas? I actually haven't checked. Here we go. Let's see. Alright. So this is his deck. Alright, so he made... Right, is this... Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. So he made a slight tweak. If he added another bad ring for personal ambition, I think that's it in the main. And then side deck's completely different, though. He wasn't as afraid of Green Broly at this event. And R of... Gogeta, I guess. So... this is the... Yes, this is Springfield, okay. So there's that. What else? So he put 4 Godly Destruction Whis in the side deck instead, and I think that's a good card, and I really... If not to spoil the finals, I don't think he sided it in, and I think it would have been a really good idea to do that. It's something his opponent did, and it worked out really well for him, so I'm really interested if he did side it in, and if he did, he just didn't see him, or what was going on, but... there's that, and then let's see. He also had like one more adoptive father and one more Bardock in the side, and maybe I guess if he's just trying to go full storm, that would make sense. But yeah, and then 4 Haru can be so good. Once again against green and yellow decks, so it's just a free 15k crit that can also put cards in the drop. So it's like a Bulma for a more aggressive Bulma because it's also 15k, and just once again crit's really powerful. So. There's that. I think that's all I have to say. He mains the Awakening, and there's that. So let's go next to. Oh yeah. I forgot to say I should have not have dropped this. So here's Anthony's deck for the event, and then here is. I think okay yeah okay. This is Felix's or Pierre's Plath's deck, and I think I shouldn't have closed it. I think it was exactly what Anthony ran last weekend. Let's see. Yeah, I think it was almost all right. So here's Pierre's. Yeah, okay. He just ran a carbon copy of what Anthony ran last weekend or 2 weekends ago. So, and it's pretty much what Anthony was running this event too. So nothing more to say. Just I think personal ambition doesn't need to be at 3. At 3 is fine. I think it can be cloggy, especially with all the energy untap stuff people do. It can just be a really dead card a lot of the time. So there we go. Let's see. Next up, we've got Antonio. Is that right? Is this Antonio? Yeah. And then this one. Okay. So here's Antonio's version. So he had the Height of Mastery, but with more of a kind of storm feel of it. He doesn't have Victory Strike in this one. He just has the 3, and it's more of like a swap engine. And so I'm not sure. Like the biggest thing about these decks is that it's. I'm not sure if people just not having Victory Strike is a deciding factor when they build decks. I think it can be. It's like over $300 right now, which is higher than average. It has been higher than average than it's been like the last couple months. So but there's that. But this deck is still pretty powerful. I think he got top 4, right? I think he was his top 4 match against Anthony. But this can be really good. Mirror can just be awesome in this matchup, and especially with the Hidden Power East Kai back there. And then it looks just more like an aggressive storm build of it, and then especially with these Vegetas in the side and 4 Whis and Chrono and stuff. So yeah, you don't have to, if you don't want to have Victory Strike, you can just have this. How much does this? It costs probably 100 or so. Yeah, 160. So if you only want to drop 160, there's this build for it. But there's that 3 Crisis Crusher in main. Usually I see people run 2 or 3. I think 4 is 4 is too many, 1 is not enough. So there's that. I think that's and 1 Source of Power Son Goku. This card can be really good in like being as a storm matchup, especially since you can swap into it. So Yeah, this had more of a storm feel of a deck. So next up we've got this is Antonio's, right? No, this is Timothy. Sorry, this is Timothy Hudson. So this a couple key choices different that he made. One, he made Master Roshi his super combo, which I think is okay. If he's just trying to awaken himself really fast. I don't think one super combo is 100% better in either case. Just because, it's just Master Roshi gets you draws guaranteed halfway through the game, but Temporal Rescue gets you draws at the beginning of the game, so it's just kind of, if you can establish sparking after you flip your leader or take your second turn, that's good, but that can be kind of tricky sometimes. What else? I think that's bad. And then, once again, Scientist Fu. So this can be just a really aggressive end if they're just trying to win another way, I guess, but I'd like to see why he put Scientist Fu. It seems kind of weird in the more Height of Mastery build. It makes sense to me in a Storm build, but not this one as much. So there is that. Sideboard is pretty much the same as we've been seeing. Some Death Balls, some Whis, Bardock Fully Unleashed. Is that a rhyme? I didn't even mean to do that. That's about it. So next up we've got the next Height of Mastery deck. So this is City Pong. Let me make sure I get his name right. City Pong Safe Wrath. That's his name. I probably said it wrong, so sorry about that. But he got to top 8 with this Broly version of Victory Strike, Height of Mastery. I still think this deck is really good and still overtuned. I'd say Super Shenron is the better build of it, so people are migrating to that. But I don't think this is a version you can really sleep on. It has some advantages, especially since I don't feel like this deck can be counted as much in that sense. I don't think. Hold on. All right, I was making sure they're actually for this guy, which is correct. So, but he can be really good for just making sure your guys live and stuff. But I was making sure that I didn't fat thumb something. This was supposed to be the Dependable Dynasty 2-drop Goku, but this version could be really good. So the weakness for this one is that you have to be able to get to 7 cards you drop, which seems really easy, but can be trickier than you can think. But this has more counterplay in the sense that it can run Cold Bloodlust. It's more energy fluent in a lot of ways, and with Awakening and Untapping, you can have on turn 4 you can have 7 energy, which is absurd, and not even including what energy you get to cheat out with Shugesh. So there's that. What else? Fledging Talent Pan at 1 or 2 of those. This card I think is really good. Just being able to cycle through your deck and just drop cards and get them into your drop is good. Some Family Justice Gene is good. A really solid build. This deck has been floating around for the last couple months, and I'm not. When it first came out, when Path of Greatness came out, I was like, man, this is. I didn't like this deck, and I thought it was too good. And then I was like, Super Shenron's coming around. I should probably. This deck is way better with that leader, but I think this definitely has its merits and is not as one and done. I think this has a lot more reach in a lot of ways, or at least it's more flexible. But there is that, and then next up we've got Felix's. This is Felix's deck. This is Agent of Destruction Dende. We've kind of seen this deck float around for a while. I think it's really good. I like the changes he made. In the sense, it's pretty much the big thing that he did was he mained 2 Burnished Bonds Borgos. I think it's a really smart play for this meta, especially since I doubt people expect to see Crisis Crusher, expect to see Borgos in this deck, so they play something so they can't Crisis Crusher for free. I think that's really good, and it pretty much the only bad thing is that Super Shenron can play Flying Nimbus, which is the big thing about this deck. But and also Shocking Death Ball. Shocking Death Ball. Right? No. The other Death Ball. Crusher Ball. Sorry, Crusher Ball. So, but minus Killing Zone lets you kind of circumvent that. But yeah, the idea for this deck, if you haven't figured it out yet, is Surprise Stack Majin Buu. So you pretty much have to Awaken The other thing is that he just had 7 regular Dragon Balls. A lot of people had like Super Dragon Balls are the new Power Booster True Drop Saiyaman, but I think this is fine and lets you just be flexible with your energy on turns 1 and 2. But yeah, so the idea is that the combo is on turn 3. You need a couple of things. One, you need to have the secret rare in your deck. This guy. You need to have Majin Buu in your drop area. You have to have a Child's Wish in hand. You have to be awakened, and I think that's about it. And as much agent of destruction stuff as you need and /1 in your drop area. So you'd use Child's Wish for surprise attack Majin Buu. Use his effect to get Awakening Evil Majin Buu in your hand. Use your 2 red energy to get the surprise attack Majin Buu out, and then. From there, you put a Bobbity underneath it, and also what you can do is you can put Majin Buu down a Rampage under there, and you just whiff finding something with this, and then you play Bobbity, and then you get this your secret rare out, and then it just summons as many agents as you can, up to I think 5 or 6. I think it's 5. So that's the big turn 3 play. So you get this guy and then a bunch of these guys, and if you use minus Achilles Zone to warp these guys, then at the end of your turn, you get to untap an energy, so that can be really good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you can also, if you still have that blue energy open, you can evolve onto that 8-drop into the 7-drop and then get another triple attack, and stuff like that. And this Majin Buu 5-drop can also go into either 7-drops as well. And if you have Saiyaman in your as in your super combo and you put it under, you can get 2 triple attacks and absorb something with this. So that's the main, like, the 10-second talk about it. First, consistency. We've got some Dangerous Journey Bulma in your drop in your deck, and you can use this to put the 8-drop back. The only thing I don't like about this deck is that there's not a really good way to get rid of your 8-drop if you have it stuck in your hand. That's what Super Dragon Ball is really good at. You can just activate it for 2, get some draw, and then you get to drop your Majin Buu for free, because otherwise you have to pay 1 energy to do it. So that can be kind of clunky, but I guess most ways you have to do it anyway. So there's that. And I think that's about it for this deck. Side deck, there's some Dimension Magics, a Burnished Bond, Borgos, also having the Harmonic Energy. I wonder what that's for. It can't be for Striving. I wonder what that's for. Yeah, I'd like to know what barrier cards for 10k or less someone would be afraid of. And then also 3 Dark Powered Mass Saiyans, so you can decide in like a maximum number of 6 hate cards, and then with Child's Wish you can get some more back, so you can kind of stall out and stuff. And Konoha and Tien Shinhan from there, but yeah, really solid deck. This deck's been really, like, people don't really know how to feel about it. It can be really consistent, but I think it falls to a point of just someone has to be lucky all day. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in a lot of different ways, and you can just get unlucky against this, so which may or may not have happened in the top 4 match. So there's that. And last deck of the day, this is Devin Butterworth's Janemba. I always feel like I unintentionally end with Janemba, but I don't know. We've seen this deck for a couple months. There is some new things that's been happening, especially with people having to play against Tien Shinhan. Like, that's the first, like, big card to kind of affect this deck, but yeah, I think I really like this build in a lot of ways. I think it's bold running 8 of the pseudo combos when you might not be able to untap energy with Tien, but he definitely made it work. He's running 8 Janembas, 4 Demon Sword, 3 of the Agents, and 1 of the Reality Bender. He's doing also the Blue Chain, which I think can be really good in a lot of ways. And also he's running the some Overwhelm with the Supreme Kai of Time Lights Guide, so that can be really good for getting some cards and also getting some leaders. So it looks like this build's more aggressive because he's also running like Champa and that kind of stuff. So I think the idea is that this deck can be aggressive when needed. So I can finish out, and also 2 Godstrike Beerus, or no, sorry, 1 Godstrike Beerus in main, one side to negate those victory strikes. No, not really. Don't do that, but. That's good, and also Son Goku striving to be the best, which is good for the store matchups. Though, once again, I really feel like a lot of people have realized that the Hidden Mastery package is the way to go. And I think that's it. 2 Mercenary Tau for all those decks that don't exist right now. And that's about it. And just a lot of like hate, like Kami. I think Kami's, no one's playing Kami right now, and I think it makes sense to get the effect off. Like it's really easy to, and no one's playing around it. But just having to invest 3 energy for that can be really, really steep at times. So there's that, and then 2 Dark Power, and also being able to run 4 Borgos is really good right now. Just being able to say, oh, turn 2 I play 2 Borgos, and so you can't untap 1, or you can't destroy 1. You have to just, you know, kind of, you have to play around it. So that can be really good, I feel. So and it's really funny to see, like, if someone told me, like, you know, a couple months ago that if Janemba was the leader to you know, have a really good shot against Super Shenron, I thought you'd be joking, because you know, on a first look you'd say, oh, Super Shenron's, you know, the direct counter just by design of Janemba, right? They love getting milled, but yeah, I think it's really funny. So yeah, I think that's going to be it from me. All the links once again should be in the description. Shoutouts to everyone who placed, especially Anthony and Devin, both were back-to-back events, Dallas and this one. With Anthony playing first or placing first and second, so playing in both finals, that's really good. I think that's about it. I really hope Bandai just it's gonna be really funny. Like this event is like, man, guys, Bandai's on holiday. They're not paying attention to any of this. Quickly play all the Super Shenron you can. They're not noticing. So it will be interesting to see if anything does happen in the next 2 weeks, but in the next week or so. But I'm pretty confident that that's going to be the case. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.